Hey, how you doing? This is Adam Post. Well, regardless of your skin color, if you work at a college that's already banned DEI and you keep trying to push DEI, you will have the equal opportunity to get fired. 2 college administrators got caught doing this, and they both got fired. Coming from the College Fix, UNCC official no longer employed after being caught on video saying she covertly pushes DEI. She may not be aware of this, but pretty much everybody has a camera on their cell phone. And there are people that are looking for stories and also looking for YouTube content. And both of these people were caught by the same people who were doing undercover journalism to catch people doing this exact thing. So it's important to keep in mind that wherever you are and whatever you're doing, if you're doing it around other people, a lot of times you're going to be on camera. And the other genius, also from College Fix, UNC Asheville dean caught on video admitting she breaks rules to advance DEI. And in a related story, from The Guardian, College Board reverses decision on hiring University of Florida president over DEI concerns. Santa Ono, not Santa Claus, but Santa Ono, was rejected after questions about his earlier support of DEI initiatives and later disavowal of them. So he ain't getting that job. A University of North Carolina Charlotte administrator who was secretly recorded admitting to finding ways to advance diversity, equity, and inclusion ideology despite a ban on the ideology is no longer employed. Now, she can get a new job, she just can't get a new job there. But there's a little bit of a problem with this because this person's name is going to be revealed, and if you put their name into any search engine, this story comes up. And when we hire people, we being employers, we do search people's names. We do a little bit of research on the people we're hiring. We don't just look at fake resumes. We look at resumes, but not just fake resumes. So now that you do something like this and you get caught doing something like this, that affects your career for the next 10 or 20 years or so. Hope it was worth it. Accuracy in Media released a video of Janique Sanders on May 28th telling undercover journalists that she and other university officials have renamed, reorganized, and recalibrated to continue pushing DEI ideology. Her comments seem to contrast with the 1-year-old University of North Carolina Board of Governors ban on DEI offices and DEI programs system-wide. That was this ban from the College Fix. University of North Carolina Board repeals DEI mandates for all 17 campuses, DEI jobs on the chopping block. I'm sure a lot of it did get fixed. And look, they cut $90 million per year for some 686 DEI staffers. But apparently they didn't get all of them. Here's what she said on the video. Quote, if you're looking for an outward DEI position, it's not going to happen. But if you're interested in doing work that is covert, there are opportunities. This person would say this kind of thing to someone they don't even know. And they don't have a better way to say it where it's not like completely obvious that you're going to be breaking rules. They just got rid of 686 positions and $90 million of annual funding. And here you are putting yourself out with strangers, 5 times a day, 10 times a day? Even if it's just 5 or 10 times a week. Yeah, that's enough to get caught doing anything wrong. In a statement to the College Fix on Wednesday, UNCC spokesperson Christy Jackson said the employees' statements were inaccurate and do not reflect the university's actions. Quote, the individual featured in the video had no policy-making authority, no role in compliance matters, and was not authorized to speak on these issues. Following an internal review, the individual is no longer employed by UNC Charlotte. And that wasn't much of a review. I mean, the video did just kind of come out 2 weeks ago? That's pretty much a no-tolerance policy. The video just came out on May 28th. It's only been a little while. Didn't take much of a review to see what she was up to. Also this week, a University of North Carolina Asheville administrator who was caught in another Accuracy in Media undercover video admitting she breaks the rules to advance diversity, equity, and inclusion is no longer employed. UNCA Dean of Students Megan Pugh is seen on camera talking to an unknown person whom Accuracy in Media identifies as its hidden camera undercover investigator. Former Dean Pugh says in the video, regarding DEI work, she's got to keep it quiet, and responded that, quote, I love breaking the rules, when asked if she keeps doing it on the down low. I really can't wait to get to her full story, just have to finish this one first. She sounds hilarious. A campus spokesperson told The Fix on Tuesday that Pugh no longer works for the university. Another genius who will have on their official resume forever, because of course Google is part of your official resume now, it's everyone's resume, most names can be found, and it will be forever highlighted that yeah, she subverted the place she worked for, she can't be trusted, especially not with any kind of serious responsibility, and also look at what she admitted to openly doing to a complete stranger. And how often did she do that? How much legal liability did these two create for the places that they worked at? If you're an employer, don't you care if you've got somebody who's opening you up to potential lawsuits, creating problems and nonsense, and not just on their actions, but on the actions they're inspiring other people to do as they interview and talk to new people that might be joining their institutions? Not only should they get fired, they really should be held accountable in some other civil lawsuit. I'd love to see it. According to Accuracy in Media, a conservative advocacy group that made these videos, quote, administrators at half a dozen North Carolina universities were caught on hidden camera bragging about continuing to push diversity, equity, and inclusion programs in defiance of the Board of Governors' ban. And that's the authority that banned it in North Carolina for these institutions. Asked by The Fix what other universities are involved in the overall probe and when the rest of the videos are scheduled to be released, AIM President Adam Gillette declined to provide details. Quote, if you're a radical political activist hiding behind a university business card, we will expose you. There are more investigations to come from North Carolina and many other states, he said via email. He said the videos were filmed during the 2024 to 2025 school year. Quote, the administrators seemingly thought they were talking to a fellow radical, according to Gillette. UNC Charlotte officials will review the incident, Jackson told The Fix. Quote, UNC Charlotte takes the statements and assertions made by the former employee seriously. The university, led by the Division of Student Affairs in partnership with the Office of Legal Affairs, will conduct a swift and thorough review to ensure all employees understand and are adhering to applicable policies and laws, she said. Because part of working someplace is trust. You get to use the power of the institution, the place you work for, to carry out appropriate activities on behalf of the institution. It's like joining the military and getting handed a gun. You're supposed to use it on behalf of the military in context with your training. You are not supposed to subvert, steal, convert, use for your own purposes things that you are provided with at work. You want to steal a pencil, that's fine. You want to borrow some paper clips, that's okay too. You want to create legal liability for your company because you're so narcissistic, you're so obsessed with pushing your ideology that you don't care what the rules are? You're going to just break them and you don't care what happens to the place you work at? That ain't good. And you shouldn't be working there and you should be sued over that civilly. Lose your house. Lose your pension. Lose whatever you have. At the very least, people abusing their positions of authority at a company or any organization should be fired. Several Board of Governors members did not respond to a request from The Fix this week seeking comment. Senior advisor at Accuracy in Media education watchdog Corey DeAngelis wrote on X that the university's statement came less than a day after he released the Undercover footage. The university also removed Sanders' profile from its website, which previously stated that she's dedicated to advancing equity. In the video, Gillette confronted UNCC's Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Jennifer Troyer, asking her to respond to Sanders' comments. Troyer refused to comment. She reportedly deleted her X account after the incident. Senior Associate Provost Lee Gray also appeared in the video, refusing to talk to Gillette. Woody White, one of the members of the UNC Board of Directors, responded to the recent report by saying that, quote, this is disappointing to see, considering that he was reportedly very involved in repealing the DEI initiatives. Quote, I will be asking our system office to make a formal inquiry about the things said in this video and expect that UNC Charlotte will be forthcoming in a response, he wrote on X. Gillette responded to White on X by saying that his organization found out that 5 additional North Carolina universities were opposing the DEI ban. Gillette said this, quote, our goal is major reform of corrupted institutions. Higher education should focus on education rather than indoctrination, he told The Fix. Quote, to truly achieve this mission, the Board of Governors needs to make changes at the top, and the legislature must also offer leadership. They need laws. They need a bunch more laws. And the next Einstein over here. UNC Asheville Dean caught on video admitting she breaks rules to advance DEI. A University of North Carolina Asheville administrator was caught in an undercover investigation admitting that she breaks the rules to advance diversity, equity, and inclusion ideology on the campus in North Carolina, despite the 1-year-old Board of Governors ban on DEI offices and programs system-wide. And there's something unfortunate about this. The people that wind up getting laid off, sometimes from a closed down DEI office, get reassigned to another position because you do want to give people another chance to do things the right way. And you would hope that those people would continue in the new job and do their job in responsible ways, not trying to have some secret network. Because the people who were involved in these offices in the past, once you reassign them, they should really know better than to try to do something like this behind the scenes. And if you find again and again and again that these people cannot be trusted in other positions because they subvert whatever the new rules are and they try to have a secret network of sorts, they're not going to get new positions after they get laid off. Not just these people, but other people. And some people, I'm sure, do reform and actually do appropriate functional work once they're given another chance. But if there are going to be some bad eggs in there and some troublemakers in there and they can't be trusted, it's really going to send out a signal that once you get fired for this kind of infraction, or even if you don't get fired for this infraction, if you were involved in this kind of work, you're not going to get a new job. That's been the policy of the Trump administration at the federal level. And these colleges and these local legislators are going to have to look at this and try to figure out if they want to give people a chance, or if they want to say, look, there are too many of you that can't seem to follow the rules. You're all out of here. Dean of Students Megan Pugh is seen on camera talking to an unknown person whom Accuracy in Media identifies as its hidden camera undercover investigator. Pugh says regarding DEI work, she's got to keep it quiet, and responded that, quote, "I love breaking rules," when asked if she keeps doing it on the down low. The conversation appears to take place in an office or classroom, and Accuracy in Media does not state when the conversation took place or to whom Pugh thought she was talking to at the time, though they later said it was pretty much between 2024 and 2025. Pugh was also recorded as saying the DEI efforts continue, quote, "until more or less they get mad at us." A campus spokesperson told The Fix on Tuesday that Pugh no longer works for the university. Quote, "UNC Asheville is aware of a video in which an employee makes comments implying that the university does not comply with UNC system policies or legal requirements and supports employees disregarding such obligations," according to Brian Hart, Director of University Communication. He goes on to say, quote, "These remarks do not represent the practices of UNC Asheville. The university remains firmly committed to upholding all UNC system policies as well as federal and state laws, both in principle and in practice," he said. Quote, "UNC Asheville takes these comments seriously. Following a prompt review of the matter, the individual is no longer employed by the university. Quote, "The university will undertake a comprehensive review to reinforce expectations and ensure all employees are aligned with applicable laws and policies." Accuracy in Media also released footage, quote, "showing an administrator at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte talking about how she uses finesse to evade the Board of Governors' ban on DEI. Quote, "This received responses from even the United States Assistant Attorney General Harmeet Dillon, and that administrator was fired as a result of AIM's investigation." Sounds a lot like the first one we covered. The videos come nearly a year after the Board of Governors was given a report on the state of affairs on campuses after it voted to repeal DEI offices and programs on each of its 17 campuses. Nearly 60 DEI jobs were eliminated, another 132 jobs were realigned, and the system as a whole saved more than $17 million, according to the report. And according to a watchdog, the UNC system spent at least $90 million per year for some 686 staffers for DEI. 2 female administrators felt they could break the rules and just do whatever they wanted to do. They got caught, and now it's over for both of them. Now and forever on their permanent resume, anytime someone searches their name, it's coming up on that search. Good luck getting any institution to trust you guys with responsibility ever again.